Do you remember when you could go all night and you felt like you didn't need a total week for recovery after some intimacy time? Well, this is a common occurrence that happens with all of us men as we begin to age. And today I'm going to be talking about some things that we can do about it. What's going on? My name is Andy J, and I'm here to help aging millennial men feel our best. Welcome to the Brotherhood. So, as I mentioned at the top of this video is specifically focusing on our performance post-intimacy and what we can do about it to recover more quickly and things of that nature. So let's get into it. Now, before we get into the topics at hand, remember to subscribe and like this video and click the bell icon so you're notified with other content that's similar to this. Otherwise, I want to quickly say stay to the end of this video because I'm going to be giving some specific actionable tips that you can apply to improve your performance and have a lot more energy. So let's get into it. So the meat and potatoes to this video is going to be talking about some things that get thrown off, and these things, when we can focus on them, will better up-level our ability to have more energy, have more stamina, and recover a lot faster post-intimate time. The first topic is going to be hormones. Now, as we age, particularly our testosterone levels begin to naturally drop. Also, there's a hormone called prolactin that actually increases a lot after finishing during intimacy. So if we can manage these two hormones, you're going to get a lot of mileage and feel a lot more better, recover a lot more faster. The second topic is going to be about minerals. This is a big topic that you'll probably see me talking about in most of my videos because it is a common gap that I notice in most health issues, mostly because the food supply is lacking in minerals. We're overly stressed, so we use up too many minerals. So these are some things to focus on. The primary mineral that I want to focus on in this discussion is zinc. One of the issues with zinc is we supplement with zinc, and zinc and copper compete in the same absorption pathway. And the problem is we can easily get a lot of zinc, but it's very difficult to get enough copper. And if we're blocking our body's ability to get bioactive copper into our system, there can be a downstream inflammation response that can further disrupt our hormones and cause more of these issues to be exacerbated. So focusing on getting zinc is important. You just want to get it from good sources. What I recommend doing is actually getting zinc from food sources. One of the easiest ways to get enough zinc for the entire week is purchase some canned oysters that are water packed, not in oil, but water packed. If you consume one can of oysters per week, you should meet most of your zinc needs without even having to do a supplementation. Another important piece to zinc is for men in particular, we store most of our zinc in our testes. And so when we ejaculate, we actually lose a majority of our zinc just in one go. And so this is also a large contributing reason why men are chronically deficient in zinc. The second mineral that I always like to talk about is magnesium. The reason why is everyone's deficient in magnesium. We don't get nearly enough magnesium in our diet. Magnesium is super important for our muscles to remain relaxed, increasing blood flow for, those things that we need increased blood flow for. But also on top of that, zinc has so many other benefits. It's used in more enzymatic processes in our body than any other mineral. It's directly related to energy production in our body, so we need enough magnesium. The best way to get magnesium is through supplementation. I recommend supplementing with a magnesium glycinate. That's probably the best source and the most easily absorbed, and you get the most for your money. I'll put a link in the description to the magnesium source that I highly recommend. If you want to know how much magnesium you actually need, you can do a little bit of an equation. So the calculation is you take your height, and if your height is in inches, multiply that by 2.54, and that will actually get your height in centimeters. And then you take your height in centimeters and multiply that by 5. And then whatever number that is, that's how many milligrams you need per day. It's a higher number than most people expect, and most people can't actually tolerate that number out of the gate. So what you want to do is you want to slowly titrate up that amount week by week and notice that you're able to tolerate it. If you notice you start to have diarrhea or loose stool, that typically means your body's not able to absorb that much magnesium. So back off and then you take a certain amount for like a week or two and then increase it and keep doing that until you reach that number that you're able to calculate. Another huge factor that will affect our body's ability to recover after intimacy is basically getting the foundation. So things like sleep is very important, and what I always always like to emphasize is quality of sleep. So for example, if you're getting enough sleep, but you're waking up feeling tired, that means you're not getting good quality sleep. So you want to basically work on your sleep hygiene, work on not staring at screens before you go to bed, doing things like meditation before bed, winding down. These types of habits can really have a huge impact on the quality of your sleep. Some other pieces to note: exercise is very important for total health, but it will also affect your sexual performance. What I recommend is at least going to the gym 3 times a week, having 3 strong workouts where you're pushing your entire body's musculature. I'm always a big fan of working towards failure, so you know that you basically did all the work you could possibly do, and then you're challenging your body to progress and get better and stronger every single week. Making sure you're not overtraining, so if you notice that your sleep is getting worse or your stress levels are increasing or your performance in the gym is going down, that's an indication you may actually need to take some time off from the gym. And so that's another piece. It's not a one size fits all. You have to really check in with your body and make sure you're giving yourself the right amount of exercise. And on the nutrition side of things, you want to make sure you're getting enough protein. A quick rule of thumb is you want to take your height in centimeters, and that's generally around how many grams of protein you should be getting per day. Animal sources are always best. Supplementing with collagen protein is a good supplement for that. And then you can get enough carbohydrate through fruit. Generally speaking, if you're eating a good, well-rounded assortment of animal proteins and also fruit, you're going to be checking most of the boxes. Going after a bunch of salads and vegetables isn't always that necessary. The main staples that I would have to say is basically meat and fruit, but I don't prescribe any specific diet. I want people to be able to be flexible, but those are the main things I would say to help with your general male health. Focusing on hydration is important, but you also don't want to overhydrate. So when you urinate, making sure the color of your urine is not extremely clear. That's a good indication that you're well hydrated. Also making sure you're getting enough minerals and you're not consuming water that's lacking of minerals, because that can also have a dehydration effect. And then other things of managing, like your life stress, just different stressors from your work, the relationships you have. A very important thing too for your performance in the bedroom is good communication with your partner. If there's things that you feel like you're holding back or you're not able to share with your partner, find a professional therapist or mental health specialist, and so that you can talk through that with that person and help kind of work out what's going on, because that can have a big effect on your performance. So those are the main pieces. Since you've made it this far in the video, I want to also touch on a couple additional tips. Going back to testosterone, getting a quick testosterone test is always nice, because then you're at least getting a check-in to see where you're at hormonally. Making sure your total testosterone is upwards towards 1,000 nanograms over deciliters. Anywhere from 50 to 1,000 is a good range. Getting closer to 1,000 is better. And then for your free testosterone, somewhere around 26 nanograms of deciliters is a good goal to work towards. Now, another bonus tip that I noticed will help a lot as far as your energy levels is simply not finishing as often. There's a lot of resources that are lost, a lot of amino acids, a lot of minerals that are lost whenever we finish. And so if you're able to practice habits, and you can still have intercourse, but if you're able to practice habits where you're not finishing every single time, you're going to notice that's really going to help your energy levels. It just takes a little practice, because we've been mentally conditioned to want to finish every single time we have intercourse. So these are some things to keep in mind in practice. I'll make some other videos talking about specific strategies on that. With that being said, there's some videos popping up here that are related to these topics, so it's a good opportunity to jump into those videos now if those seem interesting to you. Other than that, let me know if you have any other questions, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Hit that bell icon so you're notified next time I make another video, and you can stay up to date on all the things you can do to feel your best as an aging millennial. So I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon.